Hello there, and welcome to the first episode of Heroic Endeavors. I'd like to make this into a web series that essentially starts to explain Heroes of the Storm, which is a new MOBA-style game, which is similar to League of Legends, Smite, Dota 2, and essentially it's a game based around laning and attempting to get to the other person's nexus and destroy it. That is the main essential explanation of the game. That's really simply put. Alright, so a lot of people have heard of League of Legends, a lot of people have heard of Smite, and all the other ones I've listed previously. Heroes of the Storm is a new version of this. They actually call it a team brawler, and I think it's more aptly named than a MOBA, because a MOBA has its kind of own niche, and this is a little different in ways that we'll explain here. For example, in League of Legends or any of these other ones, when you get a hero kill or secure an objective or kill any of the random neutral minions that charge up and down the lane recklessly, you get gold, which you can use to buy items and things like that to basically improve the power of your character in a way that gives it kind of a unique trend depending on how you want to carry it. Heroes of the Storm doesn't have that. Heroes of the Storm has talent trees, which essentially each time you hit certain levels, every 3 or 4 levels or so, you get a talent that augments your abilities, makes your abilities work differently, it makes them better, or gives you an extra ability which you can use the 1 through 4 keys to use for as well. Now, this is why it's so different. Now, because it's like this, it's not only based on the kills you get, it's based on the objectives you secure. In other games, like League of Legends, things like that, you can really carry yourself based on how many kills you get in the game. You can go, this person becomes a hyper carry, this person gets really good in the game, you got a lot of kills. So it's not so much about the kills, so much as it is about securing objectives on the map, whether it be there's random mercenary camps that when you defeat them, they will rise up and fight for you, which is awesome. They'll push with your minions and they can do a lot of damage if they go unnoticed, or even if they do go noticed, they still tend to do a good amount of damage as well. So that's one difference right there, just in that alone. Another thing is there's no kill stealing isn't a thing. It just doesn't exist. In other games that you have personal gain, this person took my kill, got all the experience, got the lion's share loot of the experience, the kill, and the other people in the other lanes are just like, oh, it's that, and it has its own very traditional system. In other MOBAs you have things where there's certain lanes that do certain things, and that's just the way it is, unless you want to break the meta, so to speak, and do your own thing. Heroes of the Storm, I've seen things as wonky as 5 assassins beating another team. I've seen supports go, I've gained like 3 supports in the same game, still won. Doesn't matter. Support, don't get me wrong, there's ideally better comps than others. It's nice to have a well-balanced team and kind of surround everything based on how you do it, but it's not essential to playing the game in order to do it, and I think that's where the biggest difference is. So I'm curious to see how this game does when it reaches the level of where people are playing it in mass and esports, in which this is kind of where this brings me, because what just happened is they made it so that now you can pay $40, you get Raynor, Diablo, and Tyrande as well, which represents an assassin, a warrior class, and a support class. Now, for those who play any of the Blizzard games like World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, those are the main IPs that they're drawing from right now that get all those characters together, and that's where you're going to see this overlap. If you've never played those games, I encourage you to. If you have the extra money to spend on StarCraft 2 or Diablo or even World of Warcraft, if you ever upped on that, if you're into the PC gaming. If you're not, you probably should just turn this off right now, because if you're not into PC gaming, this is kind of just like fluff to you, Call of Duty, console games, Halo, things like that. They're all good. But this video, probably not for you. Not a good series, unless you just like watching people talk, in which case, more power to you. Good stuff. So that's where we're sitting right now. That's the game is opening up. It's in a closed beta right now, but if you pay $40, you can get 3 different heroes. You get a couple skins. You get a mount. That's another thing about this game that's completely different. I kind of overlooked. In other games, you kind of have you buy boots. You have characters that tend to run faster than other characters, and then you have things like that augment your speed. You can warp, blink, jump, roll, dash, fucking ride an air balloon, whatever. It doesn't matter. You fucking move faster if your character does it. You still have those movement abilities on some characters in Heroes of the Storm, but what you have differently is you have you have a mount. Most people have a mount. And that basically makes it for you press the Z button, takes a couple seconds, you ride up on a mount, you go double movement speed. It's great. It's good for traveling. You get hit though, it's gone. you fall off. You gotta walk again. Gotta wait a couple seconds because the mount goes on cooldown, use it again, go, you're good. So that's another big difference that it has between the two. But I think my best thing that I can say that is the most important is just the shared experience pool. You know, if Jimmy is off in the top lane and the whole rest of the team is in the bottom lane, you know, doing their own thing or whatever, Jimmy's still kind of helping because he's killing things and it's getting everyone's level to raise, and that's good. That gets you talents faster, and those talents can determine the outcome of a game just depending on how quickly you get them. Can't tell you how many times I've seen a team fight turned around because one team got ults about 30 seconds before the other one. Just everyone ults the other team, they win the team fight, that gives them the time to grab mercenary camps, things like that, and just push with it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that it's really not so much about the individual skill, because in other MOBA style games, if you get 10 kills and only die once, or not even die, you just go crazy, you just get more gold and more gold and more gold, and you just get fed, as they call it. And you're just this fat, whatever character running around, you've eaten everybody, and now you can just go into lanes and go, and they're gone. That's it. They're just dead. And because of that, individual skill makes a lot more progress in those games. You can really actually, as they call it, carry a game because you've done so well personally that you can actually turn the tides by yourself. And Heroes of the Storm, it's more about coordinating with people, seeing how they play, and catching up and making plays that matter. Because if you kill somebody in the game, it doesn't actually benefit you outside of the experience and the fact that they're no longer on the map. And that's the key. It's the fact that they're no longer contributing to their team at that moment. So killing people is important. It's not like that. There's still reasons to go out and try to kill them. Not saying don't, and just focus on killing the NPCs in the game, because that's not entirely true. But there in other games you get rewarded for if you dive a tower. You kill them, you get some gold, and you get boosted, you get a better item, and you're like, yes, that was worth it. That made it worth. And Heroes of the Storm, you dive, you get one kill, you die too. Congratulations, you both made the same experience. You gained nothing. You've just died for basically no reason. If you can scare them out of the lane and continue farming minions, or maybe get a mercenary camp or anything like that, you're gonna do better. And that's because the game works differently. It's group experience. It's not there's no personal gain from killing people. If you kill somebody, Mazel Tov. It's fucking great. It's good. I swear a lot. This is going to happen. This is going to be through all the episodes. I'm just going to interject swear words because for me, I consider them sentence enhancers. It's very nice. They're chocolatey. I just like to say them. It just feels good. It feels right. It makes me feel good inside. So that's my plan. So this is episode 1. If you haven't played Heroes of the Storm, if you're new to MOBAs, whatever it is, I'm going to start. All of this was a lot of information at once. People's brains who haven't played any kind of online computer game like this is probably just like, just gone. Exploded. They're everywhere. I promise I'm going to come by with a shovel. I'm going to help you scoop up brain matter. We're going to put it back into your head. I'm going to explain everything bit by bit. They have a tutorial when you play the game, but the thing is, it explains the basics, how to play the game, get started, things like that. But it misses those crucial parts that you don't know unless you play the game. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to draw from all of my noobish to best experiences to kind of help cater, whether new or maybe you've played the game forever and it's just a new game and you're just like, man, I want to learn a little more about the game. It's just good. It's good stuff. And I'm here to help with that. I want to make it better. And if not, at the very least, give you some sort of merit of entertainment, I guess, while I'm doing it. And really just gives me a reason to spout off and, just talk to people randomly. So, yeah. That's what this is about, the heroic endeavors. This is episode 1. I'm just introducing Heroes of the Storm here. It's a really awesome game. It's basically, it's all objective based. It's team based. It's really fun. It's just very high paced. And the best part is the games don't. The longest game I've been in was 40 minutes, and that was really, really weird. It wasn't. Normally these games typically last anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes most. At the most, usually. There's extreme cases, of course. I've seen games end as early as 8 minutes, like sitting games go until 45 minutes. So, you obviously got that. But it's nice because you just get in, you choose a character you want to play, and it matches you with 4 random other people if you're playing, you play the normal games. Most people do. You queue for normal games so you can practice. You don't want to go into a ranked game and be like, this is my first game as Raynor! I'm ready to take everyone out! I'm the best! You will get told off, I guess, is a nice way of putting it. But there's a lot to go on, and I'm definitely going to expand more on this. But just want to say right now the game is $40. You get a good deal out of it. I can say I've looked at all the gold prices, things like that, and this game is still in closed beta, so unless you're a Blizzard, you play Blizzard games like regularly anyways, like World of Warcraft or Hearthstone even, or Diablo or whatever it may be, you may not get a thing in the mail. You may not get anything. Nobody may tell you that you've got this beta. So, $40, it's basically just paying for a regular game. I can highly recommend it. Once you've paid it once, you're good. You're into the beta. It's going to open up to new beta eventually, where it's going to be free. I'm sure it'll be free to play. They might go box set. They haven't really released details on whether or not they're going to do that or not. I assume it's going to be free and open to everyone as soon as they're done polishing it, but they haven't said yet. So, only time will tell. But right now, if you get the closed beta, you own the game. It's just done. And as much as people get that whole air about, oh, it's a beta, it's not polished, the thing is, the way Blizzard works, they make their game better with each successful week, each month. They just make improvements to it, and the game is already looking just fantastic. It's going to get better, but right now it already looks good. So if you're looking for a good time, looking for a game to get your feet wet in, or maybe a group of friends you have, 1 to 5, the 6th friend will just kind of have to spectate in the background. Maybe get a shoutcasting career started. Have them sit in the background and just shoutcast your matches. That might get annoying. That might be good, just depending on who your friend is. But it's nice because you can jump in either with random people or 5 people together, whatever it may be, and you just have a good time. So that's essentially where this series is going. I want to thank you for watching, and have a good day.